Hello, welcome everybody. Welcome. Um, Before we get started, I hope that everything will be okay and dandy and everything else. Keep in mind that I'm only going to be doing a little bit of uh, basically not a long reading, but maybe like a short reading. But the point being is that this is going to be very interesting. Um, Basically, I hope that my viewers will say hi and we will get started as well. So, without further ado, I'll see what one zodiac sign is doing versus the other. Keep in mind that if you guys haven't really understand about my other live video for the past few seconds ago, I was actually disheartened. I don't know if that's a word, but it means that I'm kind of like not very happy because this video represents what is lost must be found, right? And basically, it must be not as lost, but what is taken. And it means that when I had a bloodstone is basically a stone that helps your circulation and helps you everything. But the point being is that um, someone, when I was out and about today, someone actually I was at a cafe shop and, with my friends and, I'm having a glorious day, right? And then all of a sudden, I was just about to leave to catch my transportation to go home. And all of a sudden, my bloodstone is gone. I'm thinking, what in tarnation is this? So basically, I'm upset, actually upset. And I phoned the cafe shop and I said, um, can you find my bloodstone? And it said, oh, it's a cutter thing, blah, blah, blah. I said, oh, yeah. So anyway, they try to find it and they didn't see it. They didn't hardly recognize it, nothing. And it's completely, like, I don't know if that's the word, but it's gone. It's completely gone. So now I'm basically frustrated, as you can see on camera. Sorry about my bag of words. Not really big of words, you know what I mean. Um, but yeah, I'm a little bit frustrated about that. So keep in mind, we don't know if I'm like a Scorpio. A Scorpio, I have no. If I'm a Scorpio rising sign, I have no idea what. But the point being is that in my own feeling right now, a Scorpio, well, if you have a Scorpio and it doesn't work very well, right? Because I get frustrated a lot. Like I can lose my well, I don't want to swear, but I'll lose my tantrum. Like I will be yeah. So, that's it is. But anyway, point being is that before I get to the reading, this is what it seems to be, right? Because when you have a negative, absolutely a negative, it draws you into the backside of your back, back pain, whatever it is. And you try to figure out about that, right? So, that's how it seems to be for me. I'm kind of like having, a way of how I feel, the way how I act, personally. Um, this is what it seems to be, right? And it kind of gives me that um, way of how I'm trying to do this. Right now it's a stun for a lot of people. You can look at what a bloodstone is. It's on the internet. You can even look it up and see about um, you know selling it at stores, whatever it is, right? And so yeah. So if you see me a little bit frustrated about that, keep in mind that if you want to say something down to the comments and say, it's okay, Zoe Alex, you're fine, or You can say something, whatever. You can say something at the top of the chat, and I'll say something. Like you would ask me a question, for example, and then I'll answer it, right? But if I don't answer it right away, then I'll answer it when I'm still doing my reading, so we don't know which zodiac sign what's happening, right? And further ado, I'm drinking this is my teacup, and I'm drinking peppermint tea to calm me down because of what happened today. So if it decides to, feel free to message me, and we will get started. So I'm just gonna wait for a few minutes before we can get started with. But any viewers want to say anything? So just give me a momentum. All right. So as you can see, we're gonna move this down a little bit so you can see. All right. So this is what I have for you, and I hope that this is gonna be good so far, right? So, and then we're going to do the oracle cards. We're going to do the tarot situation. We're going to do lots of stuff. We're going to do the playing cards. We're going to do dice. We're going to do everything. Okay, from the top, middle, end, like a story slash puzzle slash whatever. So this is what it seems to be. Okay. Now let's see what's on the left side. It says a dolphin. It says cooperate with others. So this is what it seems to be, right? Basically you have cooperating with others, you're getting along, you have your own sequence. This could be maybe a fire sign or water sign, air sign, earth sign, whatever it is, but this is between that, maybe, right? It's a maybe. On the right side you have the hummingbird, represents cheer up. That's what I'm trying to do, right? I'm trying to cheer up about what happens, and do I have to buy a new bloodstone, whatever it is, right? So basically I'm having that. But the point being is about, we don't know which zodiac sign is this. We don't know if it's the earth sign, water sign, uh, air sign, fire sign, whatever it is, right? So this is what it seems to be. There are two different sides here. Now I know that I don't have very much room because this is just a small table. But the point being is that this is what it seems to be. Now, uh, while I do this, just give me for one moment. We're going to figure out what's happening here. So this seems to be um, uh, a long live video, but it could be a short video, whatever it is, whatever it seems to be for all of you guys, or gals, whatever my views are. But we're going to figure this out. So we're going to see who's here, and then we're going to do this as well. So basically, this is what it seems to be. I know that I don't get, but there's four cards in here, not four zodiac signs. But we're going to figure this out. The first one is the Ten of Cups. All right, that's interesting. And we have the Six of Cups reversed. Ooh, ooh. And then we got, oh wow, the Four of Cups reversed. Oh my God. And the Five of Cups. Wow, so there's only one upright card and one, two, three reverse cards. Wow, that's a negative thing. Hmm. Well, let's see about that, shall we? Let's see about that. All right. Well, what I see here. Now, I did say about Scorpio, didn't I? Yes, I did. Now, the cups represents Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. Okay, it gives me something that I just don't really unsure what to do. Right? It kind of gives me something that is very significant. Like I really don't know. But let me see. Well, I'm trying to debate about the Four of Cups reversed, Five of Cups reversed, and Six of Cups reversed. Hmm, this is so bizarre because the point being is that the Four of Cups reversed, it says you're drawn from your external environment, feeling uninspired, disillusioned, or disappointed. You focus on what inspires you. That's what it seems to be, right? Yeah, because you're disappointed. Yeah, I am in this way because what is lost and can be found, something like that. Like I'm trying to do as much as I can, but when I think about what happens through my, uh, like I don't know what to say, but it's very different. Now, what I mean by different is it kind of gives me a way of an interaction, right? Like, uh, let's see about the Five of Cups reversed. It is time to move on. What has happened can't be changed. Let go of what no longer serves you emotionally and open up to new opportunities available to you. Yeah, exactly. Right. I have to be tear up. I have to cooperate with others. I'm doing as much as I can. Like friends and family have this situation, right? But when I have it as a cafe shop and someone took it for my Bloodstone situation, I'm very still try to persuade that negative situation. It kind of just gives me a backlash, like something irresponsible. Like the Sisyphus reverse says, you're clinging to the past but losing touch with the present. Make peace with your past and focus on the now, where you can create lasting change. Yeah, exactly, right? Um what I find is through this reading here, it kind of gives me like a an interesting way where I'm trying to think about odd possibilities, right? Now, now basically the opportunity is that we have to figure this out, right? There's always a will and there's always a way, and I say that, yeah. But the point being is that if I look at the Ten of Cups upright, because that's what this card means, many options are available to you. You must make a choice, but be careful. You're prone to illusion and unrealistic ideals. Evaluate your options. Dig below the surface to discover what is really involved with each choice. Yeah, basically that's what it seems to be, right? Because what is familiar is that when this is all great and all, like, positive here, positive here, but when there's this card, this card, this card, it looks all negative, right? So I'm just trying to figure this out. Like, any of viewers wants to ask me a question, go ahead, but this is what I'm trying to say. Because when you have this feeling and then you think about looking through here, like, does it give you that away? What I'm trying to say is that does this give you an information way, right? Like a puzzle, right? Or playing Sudoku, or what, or playing Clue, whatever it is, because you're trying to cheer up, you're trying to cooperate with others, but when you have this card, this card, this card, like, really, like, you have to sit back, you have to believe about what you can, you have to embrace about the opportunity, right? Like, I know, right? I am slow with words. Sorry, my viewers. I'm slow with words, but it kind of gives me a way of cheering up, cooperate with others. But when you go back to this, 4 of Cups, 5 of Cups, 6 Cups reverse, and you only have the 7 of Cups is upright, does that kind of give you like a mini pause situation, right? Now, what that means is when I say about a mini pause situation, it kind of gives me a different era. Now I know that I'm doing a live video right now. I'm doing it, my viewers. But the point being is that when I think about this in a way where you have to take steps as who you are and what's going on, and you know I'm basically thinking that when I do these live readings for all of you, okay, there is a way of like when I found out that someone took my bloodstone, for example, and I just freaked out and get all mad and get all angry, and that's what I'm getting at from this reading here. You know, I'm trying to figure out about what's going on, right? Because you're trying to look at the positive. You're not trying to look at the negative. You're trying to do what's right and not wrong. But what is lost and can't be found, you have to buy another bloodstone, for example. That's what this reading is, like, kind of, but you have to believe that when I do these readings for all of you, right, you have to think about as a way of like you're interacting with your, you know, your um, your positive emotions. Yes, you got that covered. But the point being is that when you have negative gone into and you can't get out of it, it's like why I'm here for? Why I'm having all this negative? Why I can't do this anymore? Well, that's what it is, right? That's why that's why this reading is so bizarre. It is, right? Because let me explain why. Because the point being is that when you have a cheer up, when you have cooperate with others, but when you have the Six of Cups reversed, the Four of Cups reversed, and the Five of Cups reversed, it gives you like, wow, I guess this reading is very different. It is, right? But see, I never impose about this situation before, right? In a reading like this, I always think that it could be upright cards, and yeah, sure. But when it's reversed, I'm thinking this is odd. This is odd. And what I'm saying by odd, it's very um, it looks intriguing, but it looks very different, right? Now, I don't want to get into more of the cards right now, but the point being is that when that is that, I'll look at one of these and I'll see what's going on through this reading here. Like I said, I'm only going to do a short, long video, but it's not going to be very long for you guys or gals. But before you see one of the cards that I just put, um, think about how I'm not feeling the greatest right now because of what happened today, and if you felt about taking something away or you missed whatever, and yeah, I'm kind of just disheartening about my day. It's just very different. But the point being is that let's go back to this. Okay, so this card represents the grandfather sky. Now I don't know what this card means, but I don't want to read the whole thing for you. But the grandfather sky is like you know dawn or dusk. It could be that. Um, uh, yeah, that's what that is. But let's see. Let's see. Hang on. I wonder if I can find that. Yeah, grandfather sky. Um, this is a long, 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 long reading here. But I'm not gonna do it too long. But I'll read what the journey says. It says the journey to deepen your connection to grandfather sky. Bring an expansive energy into your life. Stand outdoors with your arms reaching up to the sky. One of the fastest ways to bring joy and bounty into your life is through gratitude. Allow thankfulness to surge through you up into the heavens. That's what it kind of is at the moment. It kind of gives me about what I'm going through. It's it's you know different, right? I can't say anything else, but it kind of gives me that illustrated way where I'm trying to be positive as much as I can through this reading. And I know it kind of gives me a very significant way, right? I'm trying to do this as much as I can. And I hate to say this to my viewers. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to. Sorry. But the point being is that, like, when you get negative all of a sudden and you can't take it anymore, you can't take your negative anymore, you can't, and you try and stay positive, this gives you of how the negative emotions are, right? Like, it kinda hurts me that I'm reading this card for you. I know that this is a water, reading. I don't know why that this happens, but it gives me some input, right? Uh, like let me try to read about what I'm going through right now. Game of viewers, like um, wait, let's see, let's see. I like when I do live videos for you. It's been so long since I did a live video, but this is my new channel anyway. So anyway, that's what I have for you for the grandfather sky. But let's see what the soul's journey is. Happiness. I'm aware that being happy means that I'm on the right path. Well, especially I am on the right path. But the point being is that in this reading, if it's you guys are Scorpio or Pisces or Cancer in this reading, and you have all this, and what happened to you at the, let's say, at the cafe shop, for example, it kind of just hits you, right? It's a saddening thing. Like now, happiness is 58 cards. So let's see what the happiness is. Okay, happiness. So I just read what I just said. It says, before incarnating, your soul created blueprint for you to follow in this physical dimension. The easiest way is to chart this path is to follow your bliss. Life is full of choices, opportunities. Spirit in its infinite wisdom has given you the emotion of happiness to guide you. The signposts are always there, but you have to acknowledge them and have the courage to follow them. As you hold this card, do you feel that you are living a life of happiness? What areas is it lacking? It may be time to be truthful with your soul self. Listen to its language. Intuit if there is someone or a scenario holding you back from experiencing complete happiness. Even though it may be painful to admit, you need to be completely truthful. Interesting. Be mindful of how happiness will affect every aspect of your life on your path. Also, intuit if there is someone else in your life who needs to be brought into the awareness of happiness. It is important to recognize as well. Others will want you to learn from you, and whether you admit it or not, you can be their teacher. When you're filled with love and compassion, not only do you bring happiness into your life, but you lead others by example. Be the light. Well, exactly. But see, I'm into that way of experiencing about what's going on with me in this reading. If it was my reading, my viewers. Um, I basically feel that I'm having happiness, right? Because I'm reading this reading to you. But the point being is that in that life cycle where I'm going through, where why did someone took my bloodstone, for example, or why should I leave it in my pocket and, have it in my pocket and don't take it out of my pocket and then keep it with me at all times. Well, the point being is that when I had that negative feeling, like right now I'm okay right now because my peppermint tea is helping me to soothe and calm me down. Well, the point being is that when I get happiness, you know, it kind of gives me a good way, right? But when I have like a frustration, like why did someone took my bloodstone, for example? Like why? Well, I didn't know, right? The only thing I put was on the table, and I asked my friend if she wants it, like to, help her to get through what she needed to do. And then she said no. So I accidentally thought that I, left it in my pocket or put it back in my pocket. And once when I go home, then basically I checked everything, and then that's what it was. So, I'm into this this league of my own emotions, right? You have emotions to help you along the way. You're trying to know exactly what's going on, right? Now, I'll tell you a basic truth about my emotions. I tend to be happy, and I'm happy, but then everything switches, which means that I'm feeling happy, then frustrated, then I will be sad, and then it's like, wow, I have all these emotions, you know, from the top to the end, right to the bottom, right? And it's kind of gravitate about this, like why I'm feeling this, why I'm because you don't know what to do, right? Because when you buy a bloodstone, for example, it does cost money, but actually it's cheap, right? Because sometimes it can be expensive, but what I'm saying is that uh, about this reading that I'm saying, what is lost and can't be found, or something like that. What is lost can be found, something like that. I I had to keep it, but when I lost my bloodstone, for example, or not example, but today, for example, it means that I forgetful about losing things, right? And that's what it is, right? Because I'm not trying to uh, be happy, or I'm not trying to levitate my own experiences. You know, I have to have this. Like I always keep saying in my YouTube videos, I say like water underneath the bridge, or don't cry over spilt milk, or stay positive, not the negative. But see, I'm in this state of emotions where I'm in the negative right now, and I'm trying to get myself out of it. But when I go back to this reading here that you guys seen, when you have reverse cards, they can be good, but not really. It tells you a different story, right? So it sucks where you're not trying to lose something that you kept for over, I don't know if this was 2 years or 3 years, but it's very disheartening. Yeah, something like that. So if you want to say something to uh, my viewers, if you want to ask me questions, you can ask me if you want to. But the point being is that I don't know if I keep following this reading, but I want to see who's following you during the playing card situation. I'm trying to tell you about how my emotions are right now because, like, I'm not trying to have a, what is it, negative feeling. Well, not negative, a headache feeling, right? I'm more into, there's a 50% chance where I'm feeling like what's the word? Tired about what happened that day at a coffee shop. I'm gonna say that because I am frustrated. I don't know what to do. I have this way of, I don't know what to say, but when I look at this reading right here, it's a puzzle. And you know what? I don't like doing puzzles. I know because the tarot is like a puzzle. You have to put from, you have to go from um, your basics, which means you go from, when you're doing a puzzle, I don't know if my viewers do with puzzles, but you have let's say for example, you have 1,000 piece of a puzzle. Let's say for that, let's say about estimation right there. You go from your corners, your sides, like this, and then you go from the middle and you work your way to get to the end. Well, this sort of right here, what I'm just explained about this here, it's actually a puzzle for me because when I look at the Five of Cups reversed, the Four of Cups reversed, the Six of Cups reversed, I'm thinking, I never expected that before in this interesting reading. But the point being is that when I look at the dolphin saying cooperate with others, or the hummingbird saying cheer up, and then I look at the grandfather side and looking at happiness, I'm thinking, whoa, 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 whoa. But in a way, I'm trying to control my own emotions. Do you see that? Yeah, I just controlled it because when I look at this, I'm thinking, all right, I'm doing the best as I can, right? Like I'll show you something when I'm talking about there's this uh, there's this stone, and oops, and the stone that I'll tell you about while I'm telling you about this reading, and I keep my emotions in check. Um, this is what it seems to be because this stone is a what's it called? A fire quartz stone. Nice, nice and beautiful, eh? Well, this stone, it helps you with what does it help you with? It helps you circulation. Circulation, well, you can get warm, you can go cold, whatever it is, right? So I don't want to get into detail about my confidential health, whatever it is, nothing, okay? But the point being is that when you use this stone here, it kind of gives you uh, anxiety. You know what anxiety is? You're making yourself crying, whatever it is, right? But it can give you um, levitating of your negative emotions, right? Like right now, I'm in this scenario where I'm looking at lots of things in my mind right now, right? I'm looking at this reading, I'm looking at the camera, I'm looking at my viewers, I'm looking at everything. Then I look at what happened today, and then I'm looking at what we'll be doing while I'm thinking about not yesterday, but the day before, you know what I mean, right? So it's like I'm just trying to stay positive as much as I can. Now, while you see my emotions just flipped, okay, I'm trying to get my headache kind of situation over with, like done, uh, kaput, whatever that word means. So it kind of gives me that. Then then I'm trying to switch it from my negative emotions into a positive way. Like I'm trying to act happy. I'm trying to not act sad. I'm trying to act silly. I'm trying to make myself laugh. Whatever it seems to be, you know. But when I look at, if you have a fire quartz, if you have that, it will help you. It will help you um, to stay positive. Everything else. But see, this is why I don't get. This is why I don't get these cards right here, right? You look at these cards. You're thinking about this is reversed, this is reversed, right? And you're saying to yourself, what on earth is this? Right? And that's what it is. But see, when you get into this, when you get into a fire quartz and you're thinking, okay, I'm gonna use this, won't lose this, I'll make the best out effort. Okay, fine. Eh, But that's the only thing that can help you, to stay positive, not the negative, right? Now, right now, I'm happy right now because my well, I'll say aggravation, but my aggravation slash headache and everything else, it's going away a little tiny bit. Because I'm not talking about the other stuff that I just said earlier during this video. But the point being is that in this picture that I just showed you, you're trying to cheer up, you're trying to cooperate with others. Cooperate with others, yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. But when you have cheer up, that's what I just did. Did you see me doing that? Yes. I'm cheering up because I'm trying to do this as best as I can, right? Yes, it is for me. Yes, it is for the, but it's for my whole entire viewers of what is happening to me. Because when you lose something, for example, it doesn't really matter if it's jewelry, if it's money, if it's anything that is theft stuff. I don't know if that would be a good word or not. But it kind of gives you like, oh my gosh, I lost this, or oh my goodness, how in the heck I'm gonna get this stuff back, or whatever it is, right? You have all these crazy emotions going on. You know, that's what I'm trying to dignify of me right now. I'm having all these possibilities where, who, what, where, when, why, right? That's what I have because the point being is that when I'm trying to clear all the negative from my side, from my right brain to my left brain, you know, I'm trying to. I don't know if it's reverse or if it's adding or if it's I don't know. But this is what it seems to be because when I look at this, the reading that I'm saying and what's going on through my life during today and whatever, I have to back off just a tad. Why? Let me explain. What I'm saying is about backing off. I'm backing off the negative stuff and trying to put into a positive, right? Because when I look at the card that I'll show you, the card that represents dolphin and is cooperate with others, I'm actually doing it right now. I'm cooperating with my friends. I'm cooperating with everything that is very spectacular. Now, now overall, it gives me that, and the other one that I'm trying to dignify, or this is the hummingbird. It represents cheer up. Like I'm basically cheering up. You know, because when I'm into this negative feeling and I'm having this controllable emotions and all that, I'm trying to think about a way of how I can do this. Now, before I let you all go, I'll read one more thing. I'll read you something that I I'll read, but this is what it kind of is at the moment. So I know that this is a long video. I know I'm not have to do a long video, but bear with me. This is what the word is. I don't know why I'm having this card out. I'll read you about the cooperate with others. Uh, and then I'll end the video. But let's see, 22 and 23. All right, so this is what the dolphin represents here. So this is what the dolphin is. The dolphin says, okay, so cooperate with others. That's what it says. But it says, I'm sure, so dolphin says, I'm sure there are times when you need a little help from your parents or your friends. Just the same, there are times when someone needs your help, offering to help or asking someone if they need help can make you feel good. It is an act of kindness and often leads to the same kinds of favors being returned to you is particularly rewarding when you are part uh, a group that is helping each other out, such as in team sports like soccer, but it doesn't have to be only at those times or in those places. So I'll keep not showing you the card. Right now, it is important time to cooperate with others in getting things done. Cooperate means to operate together, such as when you're playing a game with friends, taking turns and trying to be as fair as possible with everyone, including yourself. You can help your parents too by asking them how you can help. See what happens when you use teamwork to play or to get things done. It makes it easier and more fun to everyone. So the activity is help out a friend who is troubled or is having a problem. Whenever your parents tell you what to do, cooperate with them. Whenever you have a disagreement or even a fight, try to work things out by finding a solution that will work for everyone by compromising. In any teamwork, do your best to play fair and get along with others. Exactly, right? So basically, this is what I have for you. But the point being is that, like, if you ask for help, if you need help, or someone's going to say, for example, yeah, sure, I'll buy you that Bloodstone or something like that. You know, that's what it seems to be, right? So, the further ado, without question, thank you for enjoying about this very significant reading. Thank you about having about all the possibilities. Think about what's going on. Thinking about what's happening. All these ways of knowing, right? Because when I think about this, I enjoy about what's happening, and losing something it is a shocking thing. It's a shock, right? And it kind of gives you that way, right? So enjoy your way and enjoy what's going on. Remember, though, this is a good reading, and I hope that I'll see you next time. And have a good day to you all. Thank you very much. Bye.